Before I started the carnivore diet, I used to eat a pretty clean version of the Western type of diet. One food that I always felt very good eating was avocados because I remember like I felt very lethargic. I felt very slowed down from every meal that I ate except one, and that was eggs and avocados. I always felt really good with eggs and avocados, and that's why I used to eat that in the morning or for lunch to be able to continue, thinking and working. But now, when I've been on the carnivore diet for around 5 months, I started thinking, would there be any value in adding some avocados into my diet? Because they are, in a way, very nutritious and they have definitely their positive sides. But today, I also want to talk about the arguments against having avocados and what I personally will do. Because, for some people, it might make sense to have avocados with their carnivore diet. But first, I want to make it very clear that avocados is not carnivore. It's not carnivore by any means. It's a fruit, and obviously, when you eat a carnivore diet and you keep it strict, you only eat animal-based products. That should be pretty obvious, but I know that many people are new to the carnivore diet, and I see questions like this all the time. Can I have some fruit on the carnivore diet? Can I have avocados? And I think that carnivore is not a religion, so you can basically have whatever you want to, but it's not carnivore. That is very important to keep in mind. And there are benefits of leaving avocados out, but I will soon talk about for whom having some avocados might make sense. When you take a look at avocados and its nutrient stats, it doesn't look that bad. It's not the worst food by any means, and I think that if I would have any fruit on carnivore, it would be avocados. And you see that a medium-sized avocado has around 22 grams of fat, which mostly is monosaturated fat, and around 10 grams of fiber, and only under 1 gram of sugar, so basically non-existent. Not so much protein, but quite a bit of good minerals and vitamins as well, including vitamin K, C, and several B vitamins. And a good thing I like about avocados is also that they have quite a bit of potassium and magnesium, so getting those electrolytes up, that is also a good source of that. But then we come to the negative sides, and that is that as with any plant, they don't have any physical means to defend themselves, so they will create these defense compounds and toxins in them for animals not to eat them. And when we take a look at avocados, of course I think that fruits are a lot better than just grains or vegetables, just because that fruits usually want some animals to eat them, but it might not just be humans, it might be some other type of animal. And when you take a look at avocados, a good thing with them is that although they have these defense compounds, they're very low in oxalates and lectins, and that is a good thing. But a very important point I want to make is that you should never eat any type of fruit, any type of plant when they are not ripe, because if the avocado is green, then it contains a lot more oxalates, a lot more defense chemicals than it would when it's ripe. And especially in avocados, they have a lot of persin, tannins, and phenols when they are green. When you take a look at the nutrient stats of avocados, all the nutrients that it has and the low amounts of defense compounds, they seem pretty alright. But there is a reason why it's not a very good idea to have them on your carnivore diet, especially for some time, and that is that carnivore works for many as an elimination diet. So you want to go on carnivore, eat only red meat and eggs for 30 to 90 days or some type of period where you give your body the nutrients and the time to heal itself. And here, you basically want to cut out all plant products to zero. Like if you do an elimination diet because of autoimmune issues or just to heal yourself, it's not a good idea to have any avocados. But here's the thing, if you're transitioning into carnivore and you take some time on transitioning in, I think avocados could be great, because avocados, compared to a lot of other vegetables and fruit, it's very good. And I think that then after a while, if you've done your period of elimination, I think if you decide to add in some avocados and you feel really good on them, I don't see a massive problem with that. What will I personally do? Because I have tried avocados now being 5 months on carnivore, and I have to say I feel pretty good on avocados, but I just don't see a very good reason to add them in, because I could also just eat eggs and red meat, which I very much like. So I don't see a very good reason to eat avocados. But let's say if there would be a shortage of meat and there will only be avocados, that would be I would be fine with that. I would be fine with eating it. But, I feel too good on carnivore. I don't see a very strong reason that I have to have it in my diet. And that is why I'll personally just stick with a very strict carnivore diet. Especially for people transitioning into carnivore, I think avocados would be a very good middle step there. But before you go, make sure to comment any questions, any ideas down in the comments, any thoughts you have. And if you want more personal help with carnivore or some accountability, you can also join the Discord server. Everyone is happy to help you and get you started with carnivore. Otherwise, I wish you a very good day, eat meat, and take care.